Welcome to Travel Tribe TV Studio, where every journey becomes a story, every destination a discovery, and every traveler part of the tribe. Pack your curiosity, adventure.
When people think of Dubai, they imagine perfection. Glittering skyscrapers, gold-plated cars, desert resorts, the promise of paradise rising from the sand. But behind this shimmering facade lies another story, a side they don't want you to see. A story built on human struggle, silent sacrifice, and shadows hidden behind the lights. I came here chasing curiosity, but what I found changed everything I thought I knew about this city. Beneath the glittering skyline, it's impossible not to be amazed when you first arrive in Dubai. The skyline glows like a scene from the future. Everything, from the roads to the fountains, feels larger than life. But as I left the center of the city one morning, the view began to change. The towers grew smaller behind me, the air thicker with dust. Soon, the glass and glamour gave way to rows of dormitories, gray, crowded, forgotten. This is where the men who built Dubai live.
Most of them come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal. They work 12 hours a day under the desert sun, building palaces they'll never enter. I met a man named Ramesh from Nepal. His hands were calloused, his voice soft. He told me, "We build the towers, but we can't afford to go inside them." In that moment, the illusion shattered. Dubai's miracle wasn't built on gold, it was built on endurance. They live 8 or 10 men to a room. They send what little they earn to their families, while their dreams remain trapped behind the very walls they helped raise. As I walked away, the hum of the city in the distance felt hollow, because now I could see the foundation of the dream, and it wasn't made of marble. Most of them come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal. They work 12 hours a day under the desert sun, building palaces they'll never enter. I met a man named Ramesh from Nepal. His hands were calloused, his voice soft. He told me, "We build the towers, but we can't afford to go inside them." In that moment, the illusion shattered. Dubai's miracle wasn't built on gold, it was built on endurance. They live 8 or 10 men to a room. They send what little they earn to their families, while their dreams remain trapped behind the very walls they helped raise. As I walked away, the hum of the city in the distance felt hollow, because now I could see the foundation of the dream, and it wasn't made of marble.
The mirage of luxury. Dubai is built on contrasts. For every worker struggling in the heat, there's another person sipping champagne in the clouds. Here, supercars glide down spotless roads, and indoor ski resorts defy the desert's logic. It's a playground for the rich, a world obsessed with beauty, perfection, and wealth. But I began to notice something. Perfection here isn't just a lifestyle, it's a performance. In that dream lies a quiet fear, the fear of falling. You see, in Dubai, failure isn't just painful, it's punishable. Miss a payment, lose a business deal, or fall into debt, and you could lose your freedom. Debt here is a crime. I met an expatriate, a British businessman who once thrived here. He told me, "I had everything, a company, a villa, cars. Then one deal collapsed, and suddenly I was an outlaw. His accounts were frozen, his visa cancelled. He lived in hiding for months, sleeping in his car, terrified of arrest. In a city obsessed with image, there's no space for imperfection. You shine or you disappear."
The desert dream. Dubai sells dreams, but dreams here come with fine print. It's hard not to marvel at what Dubai has built. A few decades ago, this was empty desert. Now, it's a global symbol of modern ambition, glass towers rising from golden sand. But the desert never forgets what was taken from it. The city consumes more energy and water than the land can give. Every drop of water you drink here comes from the sea, desalinated through massive plants that burn enormous fuel. Every gust of cool air you feel is powered by relentless electricity. The dream glitters, but it's fragile. I visited a deserted neighborhood on the outskirts. Hundreds of villas never completed. Roads leading nowhere. It felt eerie, like a ghost city of ambition gone too far. Dubai's race to the sky has left its shadows in the sand. The world sees the triumph, few see the toll. The silenced voices. In Dubai, freedom has boundaries. Criticism is not welcome. Transparency, not encouraged. Talking about the city's darker side can be dangerous. Journalists have been detained for filming the wrong place. Workers warned for speaking out. Dissidents quietly removed. Even as I walked through the streets, I could feel the watchful eyes. People lowered their voices when I asked questions. Some turned away. Others said, "Please, don't record me." Dubai prides itself on safety and order, and in many ways it delivers. But that order comes at a cost: silence. Here you can be whoever you want, as long as you don't challenge the illusion. Social media influencers show paradise, but what they don't show is fear. The quiet understanding that one wrong post can end your stay. Dubai is a stage, a masterpiece of control. Everything shines because darkness is carefully hidden.
One evening, I went searching for the Dubai that existed before the skyscrapers. I found it by the creek, the place where it all began.
Away from the glass towers and roaring supercars, there is another Dubai. Nets mended by hand as the tide breathes in and out. Meals shared on woven mats while the sky catches fire.
And his words stayed with me, because here, in these smaller corners, I saw something money couldn't build: community.
I met Hamid in a narrow souk, his shop overflowing with dates, spices, and the hum of woven stories.
People forget, this is the real Dubai. Not the towers, but the people.
Laughter drifts like spice on the breeze. The city fades, and the old quarter awakens. Its rhythms, its prayers, its stories.
In the heart of a city built on spectacle, life hums quietly. Men and women sweep its streets, deliver its meals, mend its wounds. They play cricket on sandlots.
Some of us work with our hands, some with our hearts. We love in the quiet corners, dream high above the noise. Between desert sunsets and towers of glass, life glows.
This city holds a soul, not one made of stock tickers or private jets, but of people who clock in, who fall in love on sidewalks, who dream quietly amid the noise. It glows.
This side of Dubai rarely makes the headlines. Here it's not about skyscrapers, but fishermen patching nets, smoke curling from street grills, children racing the tide. Families gather as the sun sinks into the creek.
It's proof of how far human ambition can reach, and how easily it can lose its way. For every story of success in Dubai, there's one of silence.
Dubai is a miracle. Steel and glass sprouting from sand, shaping impossible dreams into skylines and islands. But it's also a warning. Ambition.
The city below, bright as a jewel, shimmering in the dark. Part of me can't help but admire it. The vision, the courage, the sheer defiance of nature itself.
But like all stars, Dubai's beauty is distant, and its heat burns unseen. As my plane lifted from the runway, I looked down at the glowing city, a constellation fading into the...
But the question is, at what cost? When I looked at Dubai at night, from above, it sparkled like a galaxy, bright, infinite, alive.
Sand turned to steel, heat into wonder, emptiness into art. It's impossible not to admire what rises from this desert. But the question
It calls to us greatness. We chase it until our lungs burn, until our hands bleed, until the world falls quiet around the thing we want most. We pay in sleepless nights, in hurt, in solitude.
Here, heritage hangs on like the scent of cardamom in the air, even as glass and steel chase the clouds. In the creeks and souks, in desert camps, and on dizzying construction sites, 1,000 stories.
Mesh built towers that kissed the clouds, but a gate, a single lock, kept him outside. Every floor he raised, every deal he signed, tightened.
I built a vision that touched the clouds, but another part of me couldn't forget the faces of those who paid the price for it in Dubai. They gave it everything. Some gave their lives.
Beyond the glittering skyline and designer islands is a city built on unseen backs. In alleys and camps, men who will never walk those marble malls labor through the heat, dreams pawn for wages. The brochures show
As a man, you think too hard sometimes. Dubai is the mirror, and when we look into it, what we see is ourselves. Skyscrapers of light, water-bending sky.
As I watched the desert fade into night, I realized something profound. Dubai isn't the future of the world. It's the mirror of it. A place where ancient sand meets circuits, where stories are carried in both camel tracks and
It calls to us greatness. We chase it until our lungs burn, until our hands bleed, until the world falls quiet around the thing we want most. We pay in sleepless nights, in hurt, in solitude.
I'm Uncle D, anchor of Travel Tribe TV. Out there, beyond the headlines, the world is full of stories. Markets that never sleep. Deserts that sing at sunset, jungles that breathe mist.
You've been watching Travel Tribe TV Studio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the tribe as we uncover the next incredible destination. The journey continues. Like, subscribe, and